It's time for me and the outlet on my wall's yearly top 10 list of the best movies of the year. Now, this is just all my opinion, and while I saw hundreds of movies throughout the year, if you feel that something was left off, well, there's a chance that maybe I didn't see it, or I just plain didn't like it. Number 10, It Follows. It's a creepy 80s throwback movie with fun characters, a great soundtrack, and made me and Dave feel really uneasy about people simply walking down the parking lot after the movie. Number 9, Ex Machina. Like the greatest episode of Perversions of Science ever, Ex Machina is a provocative science fiction thriller about a man who's hired to evaluate the artificial intelligence of a female robot and to witness the beauty of Oscar Isaac dancing. Number 8, Kingsman: The Secret Service. Some of the most fun I had in the theaters this year was at Kingsman, and I didn't get the chance to see it at the preview screening because I was stuck at 50 Shades of Grey. But Kingsman is a great love letter to the Roger Moore era of James Bond, and is actually better than a lot of the actual Roger Moore James Bond movies. Number 7, Cop Car. In the spirit of The Hitcher and I Saw What You Did, Cop Car is a lesson to kids everywhere not to steal cop cars. Not because it's bad, but because there might be a crazy person in the trunk, and corrupt Sheriff Kevin Bacon will chase you because he really wants his car back. Number 6, Spotlight. One of the best journalism movies I've ever seen. Spotlight focuses on a story that a lot of us certainly remember breaking, but does so in such a brilliant way that it pisses us off and enrages us as if it's the first time we've ever heard this story. Number 5, Creed. As a diehard Sylvester Stallone and Rocky fan, Creed is such a gut punch of emotion with wonderful direction and great characters, and is one of the best performances Sylvester Stallone has ever given. Number 4, The Revenant. If Creed is a gut punch of emotion, then this is a gut punch that leaves you coughing up blood, mucus, and vital organs before you have to crawl hundreds of miles through the wilderness to catch up to that bastard Tom Hardy. This is true blue filmmaking from a director with a clear passion for every single detail and has some of the most intense sequences of brutality that I've seen all year. Number 3, Sicario. I saw Sicario the same night that I saw the re-release of Home Alone, and what a double feature that was. Sicario is a disturbing film on every level, and if The Revenant has some of the most intense sequences of brutality I've seen all year, then my god, so does Sicario. Number 2, The Gift. Scarier and creepier than the actual horror films of 2015, The Gift is a throwback to stalker thrillers, and it ends up being one of the best stalker thrillers I've ever seen. Jason Bateman disappears into the role and gives one of the best performances of his career. The ending is completely fucking haunting, and I did not see it coming. And unlike horror movies today, this movie uses mood, atmosphere, and character to give it its thrills, instead of relying on cheap-ass and unearned jump scares. And my number 1 pick for the best film of 2015 is Mad Max Fury Road. In terms of action sequences, stunt work, cinematography, location, and set design, Mad Max Fury Road is downright inspiring. It's the kind of action film that should be studied by would-be filmmakers and taught in film school. But beyond its technical merits, the movie gives us a story and characters that we root for, a villain that's terrifying, and action that feels incredibly real and is simultaneously quirky and suspenseful, but all in all is jaw-dropping. It's the best time I had in the theater this year, and is the return of the iconic character of Mad Max, as well as an introduction to a new wonderful character in Furiosa. Now I'm sure that, like every year, I'll get plenty of essays sent to me on why my number 1 choice sucks, and like every year, I promise you that I will not read them. Okay, so I'm out of numbers, so I guess that's it. Stay tuned for our upcoming Worst Films of 2015 videos, one of which featuring Sarah and Brian's list, the other featuring mine and Dave's. There was a lot of bad movies in 2015.